Okay, so hi everybody. We're gonna get the ball rolling now. This has been a new feature or something that we wanted to redo for a while now. We're very excited to showcase it for you guys and kind of go through a little bit of the different scenarios that we've been talking about. So I'm gonna run through it about this the new shoot. So what were we trying to do with the new shoe? We were trying to, give you a lot more handiness, kind of make it a little bit more nimble. Kind of word that I was trying to find that it was a little bit nimble, make it a little bit more, handiness, make it a little bit hands-free, give you a lot of flexibility, provide a lot of information on hand, and a lot of reliable data. And this is something that, we know that we could improve on, and there are a lot of features that we've been just working on for quite some time, and it's just taking us a little bit to get there. Basically, we wanted to make sure it was correct. So one of the things that we've kind of worked on is, first and foremost, like the no hands processing. Something's been requested a lot. Before we used to have that yellow button at the very bottom. Now that yellow button, the yellow arrows don't exist anymore. And now you have the possibility of going through the animals in the through shoot through, weights. If a new weight is recorded, if a new EID is recorded, if it's a new weight or an EID. We'll go into the different scenarios in a bit, but now the possibility of running animals through the chute completely without um, pressing any buttons on there as well. Also, the possibility of a treatment application without any prior planning. Before, you used to have to, create a treatment plan in order to then apply it. Now that option has been enhanced and made a lot better. Improvement on the Bluetooth shoe connectivity. Before, there used to be 800 milliseconds, 800 milliseconds delay. Now it's barely imperceptible. It's much quicker. And then on the flexibility, the possibility of sorting through multiple gate doors automatically, the possibility of having actually a home pen, so those animals can always come back to the home pen as a default, and processing animals in random order. What that means is like just running animals through the chute. Cattler will record all of them, and then you can kind of sort through them afterwards as well. We've also created the unidentified animals option, which ultimately has to do with the possibility of saying, "Hey, I have an animal here that doesn't have an EID, doesn't have a tag. What do I do? Okay, I know it's one of these animals. If all of them have tags, or if I can then look at the animals at the very end. Well, I'll know that if this is its new tag, I'll override the tag, and this is the animal I'm going to be assigning it to. All these scenarios will be going there as well. So the unidentified animal is a big one. Overriding EID and tags is a big one, and it'll also give you, hey, this was the previous tag or the previous EID was on it as well. And then an editable summary. So before you're done or after you're done, you're always going to be able to make changes to it as you go. Information on hand. The biggest one here, it has to do with, animal history button. So being able to see there, hey, what's happened with this animal in the past? What are we looking at here? What's the scenario on it as well? So being able to have a button where you can kind of select, hey, this is what the animal's been treated on for before. Enhanced UI, shoot session summary, so a improved summary with a lot more data, and also possibly downloading that data as well. And then on the reliable data, it has to do with everything that gets done, if you're online or offline, gets saved onto your device. So in case you run out of battery or just something happens, it always gets saved onto your device. And then whenever you do reach internet, it's always going to go re-upload into the cloud as usual. So one of the first things I want to talk about is kind of this free shoot, or this hand-free shoot situation. So as you're going to see there on the right-hand side, the IDs now. So the automatic recs can be either manual, where you click the rec button, EID only. So when you read an EID, so the animal comes in through the chute, you wand it. Once the EID gets clipped, it's going to search for the new weight. And so then when the animal leaves, a new animal comes in, you wand it again. It's going to look for the new weight, stabilizes, and keeps on going. Weight only. So when a new weight comes in and it stabilizes that weight, okay, that weight is the new weight. And then it's either EID or weight. That's the kind of like the mega option, which is okay, whenever I have a new weight or whenever I have a new EID and that gets recorded, that's the weight that gets associated to that animal. And it makes it go through this. It'll record that animal. So This is one of the biggest things before. Remember, you guys, we had that arrow that you guys had always click. Now you don't have that arrow anymore. And if you're treating animals, whatever treatment also gets automatically treated. So if you're having animals, and I'll show you in a second, if you're having animals just passing through the chute, just wand, 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 or wait, 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 and it's going to keep on going through the motions. And then, well, this is one of the new things that I want to show had to do with, the before in this health treatment box right here. I don't know if you guys remember, you used to have to previously have to create a health treatment to then apply it. That's been removed. Now, if you click on this health treatment, you're going to be able to add a treatment on there. And then with that treatment, be able to apply both a protocol or a product there as well. So this has been one of the huge, I think a pretty big enhancement that we've done on our end as well. So as a video that I have here is ultimately just wanting to show you what a quick start order would a cattle in order would look like. So ultimately, if I'm bringing a new group in, what this new scenario would look like. Again, a new enhanced UI for the cattle in. We're going to be putting in the breed, the class, and we're going to be also be selecting the ID that we're going to be working on here. So in this case, we're going to be selecting any of the options that we just went through. So either manual, EID, and the health treatment. Okay, we don't have a health treatment, so what we're going to do in this case is we're going to select a new protocol, and with that new protocol, what we're going to be doing is just applying it directly there. Remember, before you had to set that previously in order to go through, but now you have that option of just doing it directly there. So one step removed, which was a big one. And then sorting, what's important on the sorting side has to do with this, the fact that, if you don't select any kind of sorting, they're always going to go back to the home pen. But you always have now the possibility of adding different, either sorting by quantity, by weight, or just no sorting and setting different chutes that automatically are going to be going to there as well. So in this case, we're going to go back to the order and then start. So this is what the new UI looks like for it. The idea, and I've stopped it for a second, I also have another screen for there as well, has to do with making it very visible, making it very clear, giving a lot of options for a lot of visibility, big buttons. We know that we're running through the motions here. Let's make it fast. Let's make it easy and accessible. So then there we go. In this case, the EID gets read. And since it has a 350 pounds, it's going to go to gate number 2. I'm stopping it while we go. And you guys are going to see that as these tags start to run in, so these animals have never been wanded. These animals are getting tagged in or EID'd in as they come in. And as they come in, well, 291, we have the treatments there as well that are already applied. 291, new weight's going to come in. 292, it's going to go to this one, there's a different weight. New EID is going to come in. 123, 1243, going to go to the middle one. This one, and then also you'll see that whenever this it shows up, you also have the history button there. In this case, we're not going to have a history just because of the fact that they're just coming in basically. There you go. And this is so if I were to go back a second and look at you have here the summary page and then the exit page. So the exit page means that you can just pause it and then come back in. And then you have the summary on the right-hand side in which you're always able to go just to take a look at what's happening, what the scenario looks like. But you'll see that this also has a brand new UI. How many head count you've done, average weight, new graphs, IDs, weights, just a lot more information for everybody to see. And this button here, or this pencil here, is one of the biggest features also on it. It has to do with the possibility of editing after you're done, if you've selected an identified animal, or if there's something that you want to change about that animal before you close it out, you can do that from here as well. So there we go. Please feel free to stop me at any moment, or is there anything that's not clear? That's also good. And then, so what does this actually look like when you're working? Trying to get this volume down a little bit. Those get scared. Yeah, it just makes a lot of noise. This is actually somebody using it in real time. Can't get this going. So animals don't need food. They have the manual record on it, so once they hit the record on it, but this person is basically just focusing on the wand. There we go. Jesus, sorry, I couldn't find that button there. Wanding it, link up's recorded, it goes back to the new one. Animal comes in, wanded, it closes the weight, animal changes, gait changes, everything gets recorded. Count go to the head as well. There we go. So this is what it would look like in real time. You're basically only focusing on wanding the animal, wanding and treating. That's all you have to do. Um, that's kind of the goal. A lot less clicks, being able to process quickly, being able to get the job done quickly. We know that when it's cold, you don't want to be there. When it's hot, you also don't want to be there. You want to get in and out with at least less amount of steps as possible and kind of go from there. And this has to do with the flexibility of the editable summary. And I'm going to go deeper into this. I like to have these screens just because it does provide me for a kind of a clear visibility for you guys to also see this and be able to view, just take it in a little bit more. But in this case, if there's anything that you need to change from this EID or this tag or anything in the temperature or add a note to this animal, you can always at the very end or when at any moment you actually go to the summary and then from summary, as we saw before, click on the animal, hit the pencil button, and make a change. Animal went by, okay, oh, his tag wasn't 566, it says actually another tag number, or I need to change it. Or what tag did we actually add to it? It was another tag number. It can be any of the above. So ultimately, the goal here is the fact that you're going to be able to, once you're done, also be able to make those changes there. So that's important and just something to keep in mind. And it has to do with the flexibility. Again, we're trying to make it easy to use. We're trying to we've taken a lot of the feedback. We've talked to just a lot of people in general about Cattler and how everybody wants it to be. And for us, it's important to create something that is user friendly and has a great interaction for you guys. And here's another one. This is what the shoot session looks like as well. One of the big things you'll see is you're going to have the origin and the destination. So you're always going to know which pane it came from, which pane it started, which pane it ended, and then also with that, the download CSV button, which has to do with, okay, I'm going to download all these animals and make any kind of future analysis that I would want to do there as well. 195% head, 1555 treated, how many head have been treated? Maybe 2 weren't treated. Who knows why? Anyway, you have this. We've added some more details on there for everybody. This is a lot that has been requested, member requested features. And again, I've added the new shoot screen just to go a little bit through it. You're going to see that you have the EID up on top, the tag. Both of these are editable. So basically what happens, say that you have an animal that has lost both its EID or a tag. I can say, I'm going to change the tag number and it's going to be an unidentified animal basically. And I'm going to give it a new tag, but I don't know what its previous tag was. So I'm going to hit it unidentified animal, find that animal, and then assign this new tag with that animal as we have it. You have the possibility of adding notes, treatments, being able to delete, add a temp. Everything, the goal here is to make it as clear and as visibly easy to see as possible. Again, I want to reiterate this. We want to make it fast. We want you guys to have this information easy, accessible, easy to see, and make as many changes quickly as you guys would want. So I'm going to be showing a little bit of different scenarios. So reminding you guys about the closeout option when you do create a shoot, the default home pin option, different scenarios, adding a tag, an EID, and an identified animal, replacing a tag or an EID. And then what happens if you have an animal that comes through and that animal is from another pen? Okay, you can treat it if you want to, you can discard it, it's not going to count. So a lot of those things that used to be a little bit of some hiccups before, that will provide a lot of flexibility in use while you guys are working there as well. Okay, I'm going to talk about this later, but I'm going to share my screen on here as well. I'm going to stop sharing here. on this share, I'm going to stop sharing. Stop sharing. And I'm going to start to share from here from my tablet. So my screen. Okay, there we go. So here we are. We are on Cattler. There we go. Boom. There we go. We are on Cattler, and we are remove my face from there. Try to get rid of this. Don't want to share anything here. Nope. Okay. Where'd it go? Okay, there you go. You guys are seeing my screen. Everything is good. Excellent. Okay. So there we go. We're still here. We're still recording. So in this scenario, what we're going to be talking about is just the different scenarios, the different situations that we can run into here as well. Okay. So in this case, I'm looking at this group, these five head right here. So I have this pen. I'm going to go into the pen. So that's five head. It should be webinar number 2 here. So in this case, you guys are going to see that I have, two animals that have EIDs, and then two that don't have no tags, and one that has just one tag and no EID. So we're going to work with these different scenarios just so that we can work, just so you guys can see the different activities that can happen while you are working on Kepler. Basically, let me close this out as well. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. There we go. So we're going to go to the Chute section. And I'm going to go hit the start button. Okay. So here on the start, we're gonna roll. So in this scenario, we're going to be using it as if I was just like on the, I can actually hit the exit button. As I said before, you can just go back out, go back in. I haven't started yet. I have going to be using just the manual and the ID only. Manual in this case only. Back to order list. Wait, health treatment. Again, I can add the health treatment here as well, as we've talked about before. And I can add the sorting. I can, again, no sorting. I can add weight. This as we did before, 250, as an example, 250 to 500. And there we go. I have these three different scenarios here as well. So there we go. Back to order list. And then I can hit no health treatment, save. Okay, cool. So there we go. Start. So in this case, we're gonna get started here. And as you guys are gonna see here, I have 5 animals that I'm gonna be processing. And if I had the wand, it was gonna give me the wand for me to see. It would pop it up. But in this case, since I'm going to be searching for them, there's this button next to the pen, and it's going to bring me up all the animals that I have some sort of an ID tied to it. So let's go through the first scenario. The first scenario is this animal. I've never put a tag in. I've never put an EID. I can click on the tag button, give it a name, give it a number. Let's give it a number. Nope, 909. There we go. So this animal will now have the tag 909. I can, add the gender, I can add the breed, all from here if I needed to. And then from here, add a note, as I said before, and it was put in a weight. 20, confirm. And there we go. It's going to send me directly to the first one here. And with that, we will be able to kind of just, so again, record. Perfect, went through. Summary, there we go. An animal that before, and I have this pencil here, I can find it, I gave it a tag, all is there. So that's one scenario that we're going to run into, the scenario in which we do not have a tag assigned to it. Let's go resume processing. Again, I go back to the pencil, to the search bar. I still have the 3 in here that I either have an EID or a tag tied to it. So again, let's say that tag comes in, and I'm going to give it a tag, number 99. Boom. It's going to know that it's already the one that's in here as well. I'm going to give it a weight, 300. And there we go. Record. There we go. So again, if I look at the search bar, that 99 is no longer a viable option here as well. Can you add prior owner or destination information? Sale barn. You can do that. Let me find something for you. Summary. Would that be something, Ryan, that you would want to add on the like make a change on here as well? like sale barn or that. I'm guessing that's what you want to do, but we can add that for sure, as an option. For sure. Yeah, we can do that. I know what you mean. We don't have
Okay,
to. Yeah, go ahead.
because we occasionally we'll work a group of cattle that are commingled, but we'll know that like all the yellow tag ones were from particular owner and all the white tags were from something else. And so then we could make that classification as they come through what the prior owner or destination was.
Okay. Yeah, I can add that for sure. Yeah, perfect. I like that idea. We can do that because we're still one of the things that we are going to be adding is like this history button on top. We're going to have the previous treatments down here in the observations. That's also going to be down there as well. So just for reference there. So again, that was one scenario. So we still have these two in here. So now let's go into a scenario in which, so we had a scenario in which we talked about, okay, one, I gave it a tag. Two, I'm putting in a tag that's already in the system. So it's going to find it there for me. So the other one is the following scenario. I have an animal that um, I know it's one of these five, but it doesn't have a tag or an EID, right? So I'm gonna, say, okay, this new tag that I'm gonna be giving it, it's tag 990, confirm. But I'm gonna associate it to an unidentified animal, right? So I'm gonna hit select. There you go. So what I've said is I've said this animal has no EID or has no tag. So it has no EID or tag, but I'm going to be giving it to him right now. But I know he's somewhere. He's an animal of this group, but I just don't know which one it is. So let me just give it a new tag, run him, give it a new EID, run him down, keep on working. Let's weigh him. So, and then I keep on going. See, I have an exclamation mark there. So record. There we go. 3 out of 6. Now I go to summary. So there you go. I have this 990 right there. So it says I gave it a new tag and a new ID. So the goal here is I can either do this now or I can do this later. I can hit the unidentified animal and I can say that I'm done. I still have three animals in this group that are part of this lot that I'm working. It can either be the animal that has no tag or no EID, which is maybe not the best example, or I know it's once I'm done, it's the only one that I have left is the 78. So it's actually this one. Select. So there we go. I've now replaced. Before, it didn't have a tag before, but it has a tag now. If it did have a tag before, I would be able to I would be able to change that tag. But in this case, what I've said is this animal has no tag, visual or EID. I'm going to give it a new tag. I'm going to give it a new EID. But I know if I'm done, I have two left. It's this one because just by default, this is the one that I have left, basically. Okay. Save. There we go. Now that error has now been lifted. And now I'm back to 3 out of 5 head. Resume processing. Again, I'm going to get this. Remember we had five. Another one that has no tag. So EID, let's give it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There you go. I'm going to give it a tag. I'm going to give it an EID. There you go. And weight manual 765. And I'm going to add a treatment from here. I'm going to add a product. I'm going to go back. I'm going to add a protocol, iris package, accept. I can add also to this. I'm going to Dix 5. And I'm going to give it, 5. Apply. There you go. Boom. We're done. Record. And now say we're to do the other scenario, which is the EID. I'm going to give it a new EID. This one has only EID. EID. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Confirm. But see, it says, oh wait, I'm going to do something here. It's telling me, okay, this is a new ID. Is it this one? It's telling me, is it this one? But what I want to do now is actually I want to go a step behind. I don't want to get rid of this one, cancel. And I want to show the scenario in which I have an animal that comes in from another group. So I'm going to tag it. New tag comes in. It's 1212. Confirm. It's going to say, hey, wait, this animal is not from this group. Maybe you had 60. This one got through. So it's going to tell you, hey, this animal is not from this group. What do you want to do? Do you want to process it anyway or discard it? Okay, discard. Boom, we're done. and it's going to have 4 to 5. So we saw that other scenarios. So the scenarios are no tag, no EID, has a tag or an EID, and I'm gonna make a change on it. I'm gonna give it a new EID. A scenario in which a tag or an EID is from another animal, in which case it's going to tell me, hey, this animal is not from this lot. Do you still want to process it and do you want to treat it? Yes or no? And another scenario is, I'll show it to you now, would be the animal history. So that's kind of a lot of the different scenarios that we've touched upon. And then the last one would be, there we go. Just select this one, this EID. Select, there we go. So maybe I want to, what if I want to do? I want to try something. 99. Confirm. There we go. See, identifier already exists. So this EID already belongs to this animal. So what it's saying is, do you want to override this new EID from this previous EID? Yes, override. Perfect. And I hit rec, and then we're done. Summary, that 5 out of 5. And then I have here the possibility of making any changes to it as well. So let me try something else. Save and exit. Make sure you want to exit this order we process, confirm. And there we go. We've successfully processed a group of cattle with Cattler. What's important about this is that, it does take a minute or two to upload all the information, but in this scenario, we went through all the different ways of that Cattler does provide the flexibility that before we knew that was a little bit more complicated. But, you know, we've given a new EIDs, we've given new tags, we've provide tags, we've seen a lot an animal that is not part of this group try to get processed. Do you want to process it? Do you want to override it? Being able to have multiple pens that it can go to, or also go back to the home pen. All these different scenarios that we've talked about as well. I'm going to show. I want to see something on here. There we go. Processing logs. Now I can go to the processing log, and there you go. I have all this information like we saw, like that we just saw before. Now what I want to do, I want to try something. I want to go to pen, go to this lot, over to R2, and no, not this one. This one right here. This is the one that I overrid. So it says it's overridden. So the withdrawal dates tags. So all this information now gets created on here as well. So I overrid the tag from the previous animal as well. Try to find something. Cow 909. Okay, perfect. So there we go. All these animals are now here. So now the other scenario that I do want to talk about has to do with, okay, quick start. We all know that quick start, the goal is to be able to run animals through the chute, and as I'm running them through the chute, be able to treat them out on the go. So I'm going to hit the search bar. I'm going to say it's this animal. And what I want to show in this case is I want to show the history button. There you go. I have the history, and I can, there we go, identifier. This is yeah, identifier changer. In this case, it's letting me know that at some point this tag was 88 and it went to 5566. So this is what I want to showcase you guys. So if there is an override of any of these tags, it's not going to show up as an EID, which is what I was looking for before. But if you go to the history on the right-hand side, that's where that's going to show up of that animal. It's going to let you know, hey, there's been an identifier changer of this animal. It used to be 88, and now it's 5566. So if you change it or if you override it, it's going to let you know that what it used to be, just so that you can always keep that in mind as well. But again, you're in here, but the goal is that you're going to be able to, if I need to treat it, okay, oh, what's happened in the past with this one? Oh, it's gotten, JR product. Okay, let's go back. I don't want to give it JR. Let's give it, a different product, Dictamax. There you go. Apply. And then there you go. Record, summary, exit, and then you're done. You've done a quick start, and then there you go. There's a lot that goes into this, and there's a lot of work that's been done. I think that we've done a pretty good job of being able to provide a lot of flexibility, a lot of changes when it comes to Cattler in general. I think it's been a lot of different scenarios that we've been able to cover. One of the things I do think is worthwhile mentioning on the animal health side has to do that when we are looking at the supplies, medicines, something different elements on the animal health has to do with the fact that now you do have the possibility of backdating your prices on the hospitals on different medicines, but also the possibility of adding any default dosage. So if you always know that you're going to be giving just as an example, Dectomax, 5 cc's per 100 weight or 5 cc's per head or be the number you want it to be. That number is always going to pop up. And then also with the default with the dose rounding setup. If you want to give it a roundup of a dose, you can also do that from here. If you always want to round it to the nearest number, you can do that from here as well. And another element that is important from the new animal health, and maybe some didn't haven't seen it, has to do with the fact of now every activity of these animal of these and any treatment that's been given also will have the operator that did it. Before it was only on the processes, but now every activity that gets given a pullout, any pullout has the number, has the name of whoever did that treatment. Joaquina or let's go down and find another one. This pullout right here. Again, Lance Jones, Santiago, and so on and so forth. So the goal is now there's a lot more visibility on the animal health side in general for everybody to kind of see there as well. Let me jump back into here. Okay. Okay, let me see. Caleb, sorting by gender is coming out. This is the first iteration, but sorted by gender is the next one coming out right now. Um, Tag color, we've talked about just being able to use different wide blue, red for the tags. But we are also looking into kind of just putting different values, just like a drop down, red, yellow, different colors that you can also do that from the settings page as well. So that's just something that we're also going to be adding there as well. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna close this here. Oh, yeah, there we go. And let me share my screen here again. Sure. So then back to, no, this is the one I want. This one I want. Okay, there we go. So we went through all of these different scenarios. It is important to remind everybody what scales we can connect to. So true test, XR5000, JR, EW7, EW7I, EW6, also the S3 and S3I. Sorry, the S3. We fixed it, the Gallagher W0, the ScaleTech Point, the Avery Weightronics, the Digistars, and the Dynamicas as well. Together with the ones at XRS2I, XRS2, SRS2I. Well, you guys can read it from here directly. The All Flexes and the Gallaghers, together with the high frequency Herdex as well in that regard. So that is a big deal in that regard. So in general, what are the takeaways that we can do now with the new Cattler Chute? So being able to identify animals electronically or visually, be able to give it a new tag or a new ID, be able to assign it assign ear tags and apply a treatment as well out on the go, together with overriding EAD tags, overriding ear tags, and then be able to sort manually by weight or by head count, add a comment, record temperature, view animal history, be able to edit summaries, make edits to the treatments that you've been given, be able to have unidentified animals, find that unidentified animal, and give it a tag or an EID as well there. So there's a lot of changes that we've done. The goal has always been uh, to be true to kind of a couple pillars. It's now going through slideshow. Oh, it's lost on its way. Been to be very true to these pillars right here. So handiness, flexibility, information on hand, and reliable data. So being able to be very true to these things. It has to do with, making it easier, be able to make a lot of changes on the go, make it simple, and so on and so forth. The goal is to provide a full rollout. We've been testing it for the last month and a half at this point. So we're very certain about it. We'll probably be doing a full rollout on Monday of next week. But we are going to be also be sending out a lot of information related to frequently asked questions and how to get the ball rolling on that end. Are there any questions that I can help with? Is there anything that any questions that you guys might have? Okay then.
So
Yeah.
with the Herdex tags, is that just with the sled reader, or is the area reader an option as well?
It's also that one is also we're working on that one actively right now.
So
So
like with the I mean, I suppose it'd be the same with the low frequency wands as well, but is there any possibility of um, having the trigger action of the scan be from the iPad rather than from the reader or the wand itself?
can you say that again? How that go?
So um, it'd be kind of similar to like the HSR, like where there isn't really a scan button on it.
Okay.
You actually have to use the software to create the scan action.
Okay.
It would be the same thing if you essentially mounted a reader, which we've been doing lately. We just have the sled reader mounted and then no one holds on to it. And then you can just scan it with
Oh, I get what you're saying.
a software button rather than the actual physical click.
Yeah. Um, Let me get back to you on that, Ryan. I don't have an answer for you for that right now.
Okay. It's just curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't have an answer for you on that, to be honest.
No
Let me
problem.
let me look into that for you. I'm gonna write down the two requests here, the Caleb's and Jason's as well. Sorting gender. Let's tag color. Okay, perfect.
Oh, one other
Yeah,
quick
Ryan.
question too.
Yeah.
Um, I know, there's been a lot of work with the EIDs, and then some of that, individual animal information can be created as like a CSV download upon the sale.
Yep.
So the one issue that I've seen, especially like with, maybe doing some of those shoot sessions and lining up some of that information with the cattle as they come in, because potentially the cattle come into the program and then they don't always get a shoot session right away. So as far as matching up those, like let's say the purchase price for a draft of cattle with a particular draft of cattle that you work. Um, is there a possibility of, either matching those CSVs later on or potentially even, matching that, some of that information is like by invoice number or something like that with the shoot session?
So what you're saying is what you'd like to do is the possibility of with the shoot session being able to then tie it into the animal that actually ends up creating like being able to then um associate it at the very end. Is that correct? That's what you want to do?
Yeah. So just very simple scenario. Let's say you bring in 80 head that costs, $2,800, and then you brought 80 head in that costs $3,000 a
Yeah.
piece. If you're really like on that spreadsheet, it does give you that option to look at that individual detail. But if you bring them in and don't assign a tag number to them, the program will automatically order however it wants to. And then when you go to assign those tags, you're not actually matching the
Uh,
correct tag to that animal. It's just picking them at random, so to speak.
right. Okay.
So there's still just a little bit of a disconnect with the information that is available through Cattler to make sure it is lined up with the actual animal that's standing in the chute.
But now I think now you'll have that flexibility to be able to actually assign what tag it is as they're going down, as they're coming in, because you can always make the change of the tag, you can always make the change of the EID, you can make a bunch of those changes, and you can always override as well. So I believe that now we should be a little bit closer to what you're trying to achieve, which is the full integration of the chain.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey
Yeah,
Ryan,
yeah, yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, on your scenario with the five headed calves, if you bring in a calf, like I said, from a different lot or different pen, and you decide to process it, does it automatically transfer that calf into that group, or does it record it in that other lot? So that way you don't treat it twice if you ran it if you put it back in the pen, right pen, and you work say another 50 head, but you want to make sure you didn't treat that one again.
Yeah,
Is
it takes it back to the other one, and if they treat it again, it's gonna say, "Hey, this animal just has just been treated. Do you want to treat it again?" It's gonna give you that. I didn't go through that scenario, but it's gonna let you know, "Hey, this animal's just been treated in this other lot. Do you want to treat again with it?" So yeah, it lets you know that.
And then if I wanted to obviously transfer into that group and just keep it there, I
Yeah,
just go back in the herd or in the yard sheet and
yeah,
change it there. Okay,
exactly, exactly.
perfect, perfect.
Okay. Um, yeah, hopefully we'll have the full rollout on Monday. And with that, we're excited to have everybody kind of on this new stage, okay? Well, as always, I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. We hope you enjoy what we've worked on. Please provide feedback. Um, and there's just a lot more coming down the pipeline. Our team has grown double for the developers. We've added new people to the team commercially as well. So we're growing. We're excited to be able to bring all these new features, and we're excited to have you guys use it and make your life a little bit easier as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you guys very, very much.